part of what's commonly called the King's Trail. This section of trail is the Ho'opili Trail down here in Keoneoio, also known as La Perouse Bay. And as you can see, it's early morning right now, right around sunrise. And you want to start this hike early in the morning because it gets very hot. There's very little shade while you're hiking. And here's some other things you want to have with you. You want to have a lot of water. It gets very hot out here. Definitely have some sunscreen up. You want to have some proper hiking shoes, alright? Because this lava rock right here, this lava as it's called, is very sharp and it will tear apart any rubber slippers or even regular tennis shoes that you may have. It's really harsh on those. So you want to have some proper hiking shoes, some water, some sunscreen, start nice and early. And this trail was commissioned by Governor Ho'opili of Maui in the 1830s or so. And it's a wider trail than the original trail, which is the Pi'ilani Trail, which dates all the way back to the 1500s. So today I'm going to be going and exploring some of seeing where we can find the Pi'ilani Trail versus the Ho'opili Trail as it winds along this section of southern coastline here of the island. So here we go. Now this trail starts out right along the coast and you're actually walking along sections of sand and sandy beach for the very first part of it. Taking the views, enjoy the little bit of shade that you have right here, because pretty soon as you get into it, you're going to be going straight across the lava fields as the trail moves away from the coastline. We are definitely on the Ho'opili Trail, which is a trail that was built in the 1800s. As you can see, it's much wider to accommodate a horse and a horse-drawn cart. If you look, probably about 8 feet wide right here. And here's the thing that differentiates the Ho'opili Trail from the Pi'ilani Trail, is that the Ho'opili Trail has these raised curbs right here. You can see how this is in a straight line, and you have these raised curbs looking all the way down right there. And so this is how you know that you are walking on the Ho'opili Trail as opposed to the Pi'ilani Trail, which is much narrower and does not have these raised curbs. Now if you look at these stones right here, this one and this one, these are indicative that you could now be on the Pi'ilani Trail, which is the trail that was built in the 1500s, because these stones, as you'll notice, compared to this rougher lava, these ones here are nice and smooth, and you can feel that it's cold to the touch. And these stones were hand placed here almost as markers in the middle of the trail. They say that the moonlight on a full moon can actually reflect off of these stones, and you can see where you're going at night by these stones that are embedded in the trail, and these were markers letting you know that you were on that Pi'ilani Trail. Now the reason you don't have these stones on the Ho'opili Trail is there are reports that the horses, remember there were no horses in the 1500s when Pi'ilani was here, that the horses, if they were unshoed, could potentially slip on these smooth stones right here, whereas they had grip on this rock coastline. So you can see these two trails kind of diverging here in the first mile or so of the hike. So one of the reasons why you don't see as much of the Pi'ilani Trail, which is the trail that was built in the 1500s by King Pi'ilani, when you're hiking down in this section of the island, is if you look behind me right there, that is a lava flow. That's one of the island's last lava flows that flowed down from Haleakala volcano, which is behind us. And so if there's a trail that is running right along there, and then there's a bunch of lava that comes and goes over that trail, it's going to be pretty hard to find the original remnants of that trail when it's been covered in lava and then the lava rock once it's cooled. So you add that to the tsunamis that have happened, the cattle grazing, the goats that are running wild down here, and there's a lot of the trail which is simply no longer visible. But the Ho'opili Trail, on the other hand, which again you can see right here, that was built in the 1800s, and that lava flow right there had already happened. So that's one of the reasons that you see the Ho'opili Trail, which, as you can imagine, being 300 odd years newer, is easier to find. Alright, so this here is Kanaio Beach, and this is the official end of the public trail system. The trail does continue on beyond this, but it does cross over private ranch land, so this is where we're going to turn around. It's a 2-mile hike one way from where we began at Keoneoio, and it is about It'll take you about an hour and 15 minutes depending on how much you stop. But here's this beautiful beach and learn about some Hawaiian history and also take a beautiful coastal hike. So thanks so much for checking it out and have fun out there.